Hello and welcome back, fellow foodizens. It's your girl TK and I'm back with another video. This is going to be a really quick video, I promise. This is kind of a DIY video. It's just simply coffee creamer. This particular morning I found myself wanting some coffee or needing some coffee, and I'm more of a tea drinker, but sometimes tea just does not cut it as far as the caffeine level is concerned. So I needed a little extra kick of caffeine this morning, or the particular morning that I recorded this, and but I didn't have any creamer, and I wasn't about to go to the store to buy a whole bottle of creamer for one day because I'm just the occasional coffee drinker. I could probably count on both hands the number of times in 1 month I drink coffee. So it's kind of a waste for me to get creamer. Not to mention, I can't bring myself to pay the current prices for coffee creamer. You know, it's not something that I use on a regular basis or consume on a regular basis. So I just couldn't bring myself to pay, $3, $4, $5 or whatever for a huge bottle of creamer that I'm only going to use a handful of times. So anyway, I did a little digging and saw that sweetened condensed milk can be used as a creamer, and I happen to have some, so that's what I'm using this morning. I don't have a fancy coffee maker because, again, I am not a coffee drinker. I just have a French press, which can be used to make coffee, or loose leaf tea, which is right up your girl's alley. I'm more of a tea girl myself. And so I'm just gonna use my French press here. I added 2 tablespoons of coffee grounds. I will say that for a French press, you want to use coarse coffee grounds in order for the oils and the extracts and everything to be better extracted from the roasted beans. So I just poured some water over. I don't know how much, I didn't measure it, but I did use about 2 tablespoons of coffee grounds. So pour the water over the grounds, and you want to just let it sit for about 5 minutes. So whilst I am waiting for the coffee to finish while it's brewing, if you will, I'm gonna go ahead and open up my can of condensed milk. And as you can see, it's thick. It kind of looks like pudding. So condensed milk is basically just milk where the water has been removed and sugar has been added to make it sweet. So it makes sense because a lot of, like Coffee Mate and these other creamers that are out here, they're already sweetened. So I was like, okay, I hope this works. And so I'm just putting some in the mug here. I'm not sure how much, but as you can see, it was like kind of as much of a heaping spoonful as I could get, and I'm kind of just letting it drain off because I don't want to spill any on the counter. I could always wipe it up, but you know how sometimes you wipe the counter and you might miss a spot or whatever, and I didn't want to come back later on and touch the counter and be like, what is this on the counter? What is this sticky feeling? Ugh. So I just went ahead and tried to let as much as possible drip off. So I'm adding another spoonful here. So, altogether I added probably about a tablespoon. Again, I don't know. A lot of times when I'm winging it, actually all the time when I'm winging it, I do not measure. So I'm adding I wanted a vanilla flavor, so I'm adding some vanilla extract. For future reference, I will use vanilla flavor because going back to the cost of everything, vanilla extract is not cheap, and it wasn't cheap before everything started not being cheap, so I'm gonna go ahead and start using vanilla flavor or whatever type of flavor instead of extract the next time I want to make coffee or something like this, something that's kind of a one-off. And here I'm just adding a little cinnamon because to my understanding, cinnamon tends to enhance the sweetness of, if there's something sweet, if there's a sweetness to a certain dish or drink or whatever, the cinnamon enhances it without it being, overly sweet. And as you can see, I'm adding a pinch of cardamom. Why? Because I tend to be a little extra sometimes. There's no real rhyme or reason. I just wanted to see what it would do. So Yeah, because I can be a little extra sometimes, I'm not gonna lie. So now I'm just pressing down the plunger on the French press to get ready to pour to make my cup of coffee. And I'm pouring the coffee in, and I didn't know what to expect, but I gotta tell you, I was kind of surprised. I really was. I don't know if you can tell because my big boned wrist and ashy hands are in the way and making the camera be out of focus, but look how creamy that is. That is creamy. And I used maybe a tablespoon. And I hadn't tasted it yet. So, you know, I was like, I hope this stuff tastes good. Y'all, it was delicious. I'm not even going to sit here and lie. Did I taste cinnamon? I don't know. Did I taste cardamom? Nah. Cardamom has kind of a strong flavor and it didn't come through, but overall it was a smooth, delicious cup of coffee, and I'll definitely be doing this again. So I just want to thank you guys for joining me for another video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you will definitely try this one day, especially if you want to cut your costs down. So until the next video, take care.